Are you ready, Jerry?
I am, if you could flash the slides.
All right, I got you, man. I
Good
got you.
morning, everyone. Jerry Scheinman. I help the group with life, long-term care, and disability. Today, I'm just going to focus on life and disability because it's a long conversation, and I just want to make sure I cover the highlights. Next.
Actually, my apologies. Let me actually I converted it to a PowerPoint, so let's use that version.
Okay, go up a slide, up, down a slide. Next, up, next. So a little bit about my background. I was born in New York City, but grew up in New Jersey near Asbury Park. It was just me and Bruce Springsteen. Then went up to Boston, well, Massachusetts for MIT, where, as a fun fact, they have a pirate certificate for completing archery, sailing, fencing, and pistol shooting courses. Then came down here for med school and then right back up to New York, where I did my anesthesia and critical care residency and fellowship. Next, where I met my lovely wife on the left, my better half, and we've been together almost 40 years. And on the right, my kids, my son in the middle, my daughter-in-law, and our new 1-year-old granddaughter. Next. On the left-hand side is my daughter just before her intro flying lesson, and on the right, getting her graduate degree in Master's in Public Health, and my little granddaughter in the middle. Next. My new hobby. I am a volunteer now at the Natural History Museum. It's an opportunity for me to give back to the community and share my love of science. Interesting things about me. One of my favorite sayings to travel is to live by Hans Christian Andersen. I am definitely a numbers nerd and I love problem solving. I am fascinated with sharks and have been diving with many different species. Unfortunately, I am also that poster child for why disability income protection is important. Next. So life insurance, the ABCs, quick and easy. The basic goal is to cover your different needs, protecting the family from the loss of income if you pass away prematurely, in addition to the basic expenses to pay for funding for your retirement plan. Important aspect of estate planning and welcome Ruby. It can also be used to generate income that can be both tax deferred and tax free for the future, all with the blessing of the IRS. It can be used to protect key business partners or employees so that the business will survive if something were to happen. It can even be used as golden handcuffs for your key employees so they stay with the company. Next. General thoughts. So, what are the needs that are important to consider? So, think of the well, think of Dimer. D for debt, in other words, school loans, car loans. I for income replacement. Generally, I consider the age of the youngest child until they're off the payroll. N for mortgage or rent. E for education funding goals for the children. And R for retirement funding. This is a straightforward way to assess if the coverage protects what matters most. As an independent agent, I make sure that the client works with a company that has the strongest financials, underwriters that will best consider your entire medical history, and great customer service to get the best monthly premium. Moving on. My professional insurance goals, preparing clients for the what ifs in life and making sure GoFundMe is not their planning strategy, showing families how they can create generational wealth, just like the Rockefellers, and helping parents or grandparents set up a Roth IRA equivalent for the child as young as 1 month old, like we did for our granddaughter, even though they have no income. Next, disability income protection. How important is it? Next. Have you thought about how long you could go without a paycheck? 30, 60, 90 days? How can you protect your ability to earn income? Who's going to fund your retirement, your 401k, if you can't work? I can attest to what it feels like to not have a paycheck for 90 days. So here's an interesting one. Why are we more likely to insure a mobile phone when for most of us, our most valuable asset is the ability to work and earn a paycheck? So what actually is individual disability insurance? It replaces a portion of the insured's income, usually about 60 to 70%, if they have an injury or sickness that leaves them unable to work. It can protect the big things like the ability to pay the mortgage, utilities, and groceries, and to maintain a desired standard of living. Next. So, questions to consider. Who would be impacted by the loss of your income? Beyond just yourself, are there others who count on you and the income you earn for their lifestyles? If you already have an employer provided policy, you can still get your own, and you can have additional coverage up to the maximum because the employer plans only cover about 50 to 60% of your income. And since it's your policy, you keep it if you switch jobs. Next. So, in my conversations with one-to-ones, I had some interesting little tidbits. So these are for Lair, Catherine, Jabet. Next. Guadalupe Island, made famous during Discovery Channel Shark Week. About to munch on about a 30 plus pound tuna, the business end of a great white, and a little closer. So, who are good referrals for me? I cover a variety of different aspects in people's lives. Couples getting married, a new child is on the way, buying a new home, switching jobs. They got a promotion at work. Business owners who want to retain their top talent. Business owners that have a partner and need to be able to fund a buyout of their share. These are all important times to do an insurance review, whether it involves life or disability protection. So my golden geese, I would love introductions to CPAs, estate attorneys, real estate agents, business attorneys, and financial advisors. So I'm here for one-to-ones, consultations, reviews, anything that can help members, their clients, their friends, or family.
All right. Thank you so much for that,